What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's your girl Shania, and today I'm here with
Devo
and Jalen.
my friend. Today I'm here with my friend Devo, and as you can see by the title, today we're doing a college talk mukbang. And the food we got today, well,
my food almost gone.
I feel fat because I got Chick-fil-A, but I was gonna say I ain't get no whole meal, but I basically did. Because I got my drink from Subway. But I got my french fries, and then I got my 12-piece nugget. I was being greedy when I got 12, because I could have got 8. Then I got a 6-inch sandwich, and then I got a bag of chips, and then I got my drink. So, and my sauces, Polynesian and Chick-fil-A. So let's get
It's the best sauce right here.
It's really not. Please. Barbecue sauce. Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce is so nasty.
That's the best sauce right there, y'all.
Okay, so the first topic in this video, well, first I'm going to start by what school we go to. The school we attend is the University of Texas at Arlington. Would y'all consider this a PWI?
Yes.
No.
I mean, it's like...
What are you talking about?
Like the school, is it a PWI?
It's a PII, Predominantly Indian Institute.
Please stop. But that was funny. And the school is really kind of lame. Not to knock it, but I mean, it's like a commute school, so most people that like attend this school, they don't stay on campus, so it's not as fun. And when I watch other like videos on like college tips, and they be like, it's gonna be hard trying to get to class because you want to hang out with all your friends, and it's not like that here. Like
Everybody hate each other.
No, it is not that. It is not that everybody hate each other. It's just like we just have sense. Like it's not as fun to still hang out with the person and miss class, like a HBCU would be.
We ain't got no parties.
Yeah.
You gotta find your group and that's it.
Yeah, we ain't got no parties, and that sucks because I be wanting a party.
The first week of school was fun.
Girl,
was fun.
every party we went to, it wasn't even a party. They pranked us.
Homecoming week was fun.
No,
yes,
it wasn't.
It was.
Yes, it was. What you talking about?
Homecoming week was fun, Jalen.
Yeah.
What I do? What?
Nothing.
Oh.
That was. If y'all didn't have fun, that was on y'all. There was like 3 events every day, and it was like 5 parties. And the parties we went to homecoming week was actually good parties.
Well,
Besides the fact they tried to make us pay all that.
oh,
money.
Tinashe performed. We went to that. We went to that performance.
Tinashe.
I think that's the only homecoming.
And I knew part of the first song, and that was it.
I'm ready to get to one. I knew that song, and well, y'all know I was singing on my Instagram channel. My Instagram. So another thing that we can talk about is like professors. Honestly, I don't think my professors are as hard. Like, you know, in high school, they was like, you can't come to college and play them games. Like, my professors still accept late work.
Must be nice.
I don't know about y'all, but
I don't know about y'all high school, but college is way easier than high school.
and I feel like it's only the college that we attend, or
maybe.
yeah, I feel like it's the college we attend because it's like way easier than I expected. Like I came to college thinking it was gonna be extremely hard. Like at this point, I honestly feel like I was gonna be like flunking out, but.
Because I mean, in terms of assignment wise, in high school you damn near had an assignment due every day. In college, you can have like a week go by where you only have like 2 or 3 assignments due, and then the rest of the time is really your just free time. Either you doing work for the next week or you just chilling and relaxing. So I feel like that plays a big role. Plus all the freedom you have in college. In college, you might be in class for 2 to 3 hours a day. In high school, he was there for 8 hours, which is just pointless.
I don't know. I don't really. Well, it depends on how you schedule your classes. And scheduling, I promise y'all. Let me tell y'all. Do not get no morning classes. Like morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like y'all be seeing on Instagram and stuff. It's not the same as high school 8 o'clock in the morning because I had like a little lab. I had a lab and it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's what time my school started. That's what time my high school started. I promise y'all, I had to force myself to go to that class. I missed the class. You had you couldn't miss that. I missed the class like 2 times because I didn't feel like getting up. Like, it just wasn't easy to get up.
Another thing is you do not want to be missing class because certain classes you might only have 2 times a week. So you missing 1 time out that week.
Yes.
You done missed a whole bunch of material.
My lab was every Wednesday, and it was like no other days. And I missed 1 lab. My grade was a 98, and I missed 1 lab. It took my grade to a 68. I was like I just missed 1 day. Y'all couldn't have done anything. Like, they did a whole lab that day. The day I missed, they do a lab. They did a whole lab that day, and it like took off all them points. I was like, I missed another one too. I got my grade. I got my grade up though. I did an assignment, an essay I had to write to make my. You done?
Yes. I just got out of practice. I was thinking this hell. It's over there. I got my drink though. In my bag.
But I didn't even eat my chicken nuggets. But what's something else we can talk about? We already talked about professors.
Friends.
Oh.
I mean,
we can go on about this.
In my eyes, everybody, especially my first out of high school, y'all want to join these group chats and shit. Let me tell you how that goes. You can find a group chat, get to know people, and then just stop texting in there. Because y'all can get to know each other when y'all get to college. In a sense to where y'all think y'all know each other over over Instagram or whatever the group chat is, and y'all get in person and figure out,
It's completely different.
Nah, I don't really want to hang with them, or
Speaking
they
from
way
personal
different,
experience.
or they way different from what they portrayed on these little group chats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would say they're good in the sense to make sure that on your first day you know some people, but don't just be in there texting all day every day.
Thinking y'all gonna be so close when school start.
Because it's not like that. Because then there's so many, and then in a sense to where you don't want to start beefing people because they think that you're not talking to them as much. Because when you get to college, there's so many other people that you're going to meet, either upperclassmen or other freshmen that you just didn't know about, to where your friends that you've been in a group chat texting every day for the past 2 months go be like, why am I not seeing you? What you call it? And it just starts drama. So
yeah,
I say steer clear from that.
Personally speaking, I am really happy that I joined the chat. Like, I was, my elbow's ashy. I'm personally happy that I joined the chat that I was in this summer. It really taught me a lesson, how people really are. Cause I've been high school, I really stuck with 2 people. I really only had 2 friends, and that group, in my head over the summer, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have a big group of friends when I get to school, all that type of stuff. And you get to school and you see people real personality. Like he said, they be typing, they have a different personality online, but than in person. So when I got in person and I got to meet everybody, it was some vibes I did not like. It was just completely different from the person that you put over the messages. So I am happy that I got the group. I got to really meet the people in the group. The people in the group really helped me meet other people. It was nice. But personally speaking, don't take that little friend group over the messages
Too seriously.
Don't take it too seriously, at all. Cause
slide over. You
it's
good light. I'm over here in the dark.
My bad. People coming from all over the place. You don't know how people's mindset is, seriously, through messages. It's completely different, in real life.
Especially, and then you have to also play a role into it. everybody didn't grow up how you grew up or where you grew up. I mean, like, it's crazy because some of my friends, like Jalen's from Ohio. I got people from Florida,
I'm from
Wisconsin, Shreveport, like people from all around. So I just say get to know other people because they live fascinating lives and it's really fun, especially getting to know someone else that lived in a different state or just lived different lives than you did.
And talking about the group chat, do not date or talk to anyone in the chat.
Do not,
bro.
Please, if there's one thing, don't date nobody in that group chat.
Nobody.
And let me tell you this right now. Before you get to college, when you're in these group chats, don't be trying to be booed up. Don't be trying, because the minute you get on campus and you see everybody else, or not even see everybody else, once you get on campus, you can be like, oh, well, I got a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff people to see. Nah, everybody was trying to go through the little whole phase and shit like that. Steer clear of trying to get in relationships or thinking you done found your boo before you step foot on campus.
Like, I swear, like, people trying to talk in our little friend group has ruined, like, the whole
friend group.
Like,
the whole thing.
The whole friend group.
Literally, like, I mean, I feel like it would have broken up eventually, but not as fast as it broken up when people started to try and talk to each other.
Yep.
Like,
definitely.
And again, do we say not to stick to like that group to like branch out?
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Clubs and organizations.
Oh, join
clubs and organizations. It'll make college a lot funner.
Join. I don't even.
And even if you don't join, there's a lot of organizations. Like for us, the main organization a lot of people go to is called BSA, our Black Student Association. Like you don't have to be a member to go to the meetings and stuff like that, or you don't have to join the group. But the biggest thing I'd say is it makes time go by faster, and it gives you something to do and an easy way to meet other people. I say the biggest thing is a lot of people don't understand how much free time they're going to have in college, and they think, oh, I want to go be in class for 2 hours, 3 hours. That's how I'm going to set my schedule up, and the rest of the day is yours. I mean, then you end up sitting in your room with nothing to do because that's just how it is in college. Depending on what college you go to, for us, we go to. There's not a huge Black community. There's not a bunch of events, not a bunch of parties, anything like that. So I would say reaching out and getting organizations give you stuff to do, because when you end up sitting in your room for 4 to 5 hours a day,
I swear it's boring.
It get boring.
Like,
it gets really boring.
I was trying to say something. I completely forgot. My mind. I ate this chicken nugget and lost my train of thought.
Oh, another thing. Dorms and your roommates.
Child, get a single.
Now, if y'all have the option to get a single dorm where it's just you by yourself, like an apartment setting, but it's in a dorm, do that. But if not, I'm telling you, there are so many people that came down here thinking they was going to be buddy-buddy with their roommate and don't even talk to them anymore. So it's just complete silence.
Super awkward.
In their rooms. And super awkward. I would say try to start reaching out to find a roommate the minute you figure out when you're going to that school, because it gives you time to get to know your roommate. Because a lot of people think, oh, this is going to be a cool roommate, this and that and other. And then y'all text a little bit and then y'all get on campus and they totally different. And for one, our school campus, the little roommate buddy system they gave us is horrible. Because people can easily lie about how neat they are, and everything, where they got underwear, socks, and shoes all over the floor. So I'd say try to get to know them. The biggest thing I say is Instagram, hashtag whatever. Like a lot of people be committing or posting where they're going, and they put like, for us it was UT Arlington 25 or UT 25, UTA 25. Something like that. So you can just use those hashtags to find people and be like, hey, are you staying in this dorm and whatnot? If you can stay in an apartment that's close to campus, do it.
Not your freshman.
I mean, because in a sense, everyone says, oh, your parents and everyone says, oh, you need the dorm life. There is really no dorm life. I mean, speaking from what school we go to, there's not too much of a dorm life. I mean, I know people in here. It's not like people just walking out and be like, hey, what you doing? It's not like that, but we do go to UT Arlington, so it's a lot different from if you was to go to another school.
I mean, you met a lot of people in this dorm. Like, if you did not stay in here, you wouldn't have known. Like,
I mean, yeah, but then we're on speaking basis where I see them and I say, hey, it's not like I'm gonna go hang out with these people.
Okay, you're right.
I wouldn't classify them as my friends, but I mean, at other schools like I say UNT, Texas A&M Commerce, stuff like that, to where the black community is bigger.
Yeah.
I'd say most definitely the dorm life would be
recommended. I wanted to talk about meal plans. Like, if y'all school like do meal plans or whatever, please like get the most expensive one.
The most expensive?
Yes.
Get the cheapest one.
Expensive. I spent my money in a month. Like, I did not expect me to have.
Okay, look.
Like,
let me tell you this. At UT Arlington, we have a meal. They give us dining dollars.
Yeah.
And the amount of dining dollars you get is based on dining dollars can be used for Chick-fil-A, Subway, stuff like that. So they give us an amount of money to spend. Mm-hmm. Now, what I would say is for our school, you got the most dining dollars by getting the cheapest meal plan. Mm-hmm. And another thing I have to say is a lot of people think, oh, when I get to college, I'm gonna be eating at the Calf, this, that, and what I. You're not. No one goes to that Calf like that. I mean, the Calf food isn't bad, but at the same time, you get tired of redundantly eating the same thing.
Food is nasty.
So I would say, like for instance, with me, I think I got like 195 meal swipes to go to the Calf, and the semester's over, and I have 163. So, and that was with the cheapest one. Like, I know some people that got the platinum where they got unlimited meal swipes and pay like $200, $300 more than me. I only went to the Calf like 10 times. So, depending on if you actually eat the Calf, it depends on if you should go or not. Another thing, when you get down here, spend your money wisely. Because everybody will get down here and be excited and be like, hey, let's go out to eat, yada, yada, yada.
I swear on the first few weeks of school.
And I know for sure that first week of school, I spent like $150.
I had money saved. Like, because in the chat that we were in, we like made a plan of the things that we were going to do. Like, when we got on campus, we planned that we were going to go out to eat, sit down, get to know each other. We went out to eat almost every day.
And let me tell you something. The money racks up quick because with me, if I went to Wingstop 3 times, and
we went there every night too.
It was like $15, $16 each time. So that's $45 right there, and that's just for one meal each day. And I had like 4 meals a day. I'm an athlete, so I work out. So I had like 4 meals a day. And then you get the racking up money. You sitting there like, damn, I really just went through $120, $150 on food in 1 week.
If somebody asks you to go to the mall, say no.
Don't go to them. Oh, online shopping.
I never spent anything in the mall.
Online shopping can be very tedious, especially even going to the mall, because you get there and you're not you think you've planned your money out to where like I can spend this amount, and then events happens, shit happens, homecoming week come. You paying $15 to get in the party. If you're a guy, girls be getting in free shit. If you're a guy, I'm talking to you. You paying $15, $20 to get in party and stuff. And then it's a party every weekend. So that's an extra $20, $40 you coming out of. Try to budget.
Online shopper.
Try to budget.
If I wasn't an online shopper, I would have spent my money when I went to the mall. But
yeah, most definitely.
Budget. What else?
Go to school to got a football team.
Yes.
I swear,
Please.
this is so important because it is so boring. It's like I thought
For
homecoming week was gonna be fun. It's not fun.
Wasn't.
It's not fun without football.
Yeah.
Like,
the school spirit is really down. I feel like, in all honesty, if we had a football team, this would be a really, really good school. But especially in the black community, not having a football team makes people be like, oh, I'm not going there or whatnot. Yeah. It's not too much school spirit.
I didn't even know they ain't have a football team inside. I accepted them.
It's not really too much. I say most definitely try to find a school with a football team.
Yeah. Homecoming week was really lame.
It was lame for her. It was fun for me.
Man, the events that they had like car paint.
No, see, you wasn't on the black. You didn't go to the black events.
BSA. Didn't we go to the BSA events, Jalen? I don't
We
think so.
went to one.
Y'all went to one, and there was 1 to 2 of them each day. But I mean, I'd also say that network with people because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on campus that you don't know that other people do that you could be missing out on. So I most definitely say network with people and try to find different events, groups on campus, because then you just stay more involved. The more involved you're on campus and the more you actually like your campus, the better you do in classes. Because if you don't like your campus or you don't want to be here, you're not gonna be motivated to do your work. You're not gonna want to be here. Your mind gonna be somewhere else. So I say most definitely try to find something to occupy your time.
Me wishing I was at Texas Southern. Woo!
I just like if I was there, I'd be doing horrible in my grades.
I will be flunking out right now, but still would have had the college experience.
Yeah, for that one semester.
No,
That is true though. Like I feel like if we was at ABC, we would not be focused.
We would not be passing.
So here we where we need to focus.
Exactly. One thing I can say about a PWI is it will keep you focused because it gives you. Well, I mean, here for us, we have events, but it's not like every day we have to make a decision. Do I want to do my work or do I want to go out and party? Or do I want to do my work or do I want to go to this kickback or whatnot? So we have ample time to get our work done. So if something do come across that, like a party or something, we don't have to jeopardize our grade in terms of partying. And I think that's one of the benefits of going to a PWI. But I mean, no knock on HBCUs. I know a lot of people stay focused at HBCUs and get their work done at the same time. I'm just saying it's more. I feel like it would be more difficult at an HBCU.
Personally, I feel like I would not be passing.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I just don't know how to say no to when it comes to having fun.
I do, but
yeah, because always that one friend that be like, "Come on, girl, come on."
Yeah, for me,
exactly. And then
that's Jalen for me.
And another big thing I have to say is, a 0 in college is way different from a 0 in high school. A 0 in high school...
0, drop your grade.
A 0 in high school may drop your 97 to a 95. A 0 in high school will drop you letter grades. You will go from an A to a C, from a B to failing by 1 0. And it's so hard to get it up because, like I told you earlier, you don't have as many assignments as you do in high school. So for one of my classes over the course of this entire semester, we've had 22 assignments. In college, high school, you would have went through, well, in my grades, we had 6-week grading periods. We would have went through 6 weeks in a semester. We would have had at least over 100 assignments. Yeah. And I have 20 over what have we been here, 3 months? 4 months. I've had 20 assignments in one of my classes. So making a 0 up in those classes is way harder than in high school. So if you got to turn it in, get a 40, 50, do a little bit.
Turn it in.
At least turn it in.
Yeah, turn it in.
It'll help.
And college professors do not play about deadlines. If they say it was due at this time, it's due.
Me personally speaking, my professor let me turn stuff in late.
It depends. And that's another thing I would say is try to do your classes and pick your professors as early as possible, because there are good professors out here, but then there's shitty professors at the same time that just want their money. So they don't really care. A deadline is a deadline. If it's a Tuesday at 11:59, you try to turn it in Wednesday 12 o'clock, that next minute, they don't care. You can email them, they won't email you back. And when you're in college, there's nobody you can tell on the professor. Like, the professor's gonna do this. Who you gonna tell?
I ain't bragging or nothing because it ain't cute, but I ain't even do my classes until the day classes started. When classes started? August 25th?
Yeah. No, we moved down here on the 25th,
22nd.
right?
No, we moved on the 26th.
Oh, you're right.
Classes started on the 25th. I went to my advisor and did my classes on the 25th.
Yeah, she was just living down here for 3 days while everybody else was going to class.
It was fine. But I do not recommend that because it's I couldn't even choose my schedule. I couldn't choose the times that I wanted to go to class. My advisor chose all of that for me. And it's I had late classes 5:30 or something like that. My lab was at 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't choose that. It was more labs that was at 2 or 4. Like I would have chose those instead of 9 o'clock. So I recommend doing your classes as early as possible.
And
I did like my schedule.
Let me tell you this: as much as we say don't get the 8 a.m. classes, don't get classes too late in the day either. Yeah. Because late in the day is when people start doing stuff. Everybody want to go out. Hey, you trying to hang out? You trying to chill? Ain't got nothing to do.
After
and
5.
Then, after 5. Because then at that point it's do I want to go to class or do I want to hang out with people? And especially at the beginning of the year when you just moved down here, you meeting people, you're not going to miss out on nothing.
It's like you're still trying to get to know people and you still want to hang and have fun and stuff, but you have
because then you go be thinking, oh, everybody will be getting close. I'm in class. I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be inside jokes, yada yada yada. Everybody will be tight, and I'm just gonna be that one person in our group, and you're not gonna want that to happen. But at the same time, if you get too many zeros starting at the beginning of the year, it's really, really hard to get that up.
It is. Personally speaking, like, well, it wasn't my fault. It was a group assignment, and she ain't turned it in. So, that took our grade down. Sadly. Pick your groups, right. Actually, I ain't even get to choose my group. We just walked in, they told us to sit down, and boom, that's our group.
Make sure you get your work done. Try to get your work done in advance, a day or two in advance. Because the day of, the college life is so unpredictable. There could be stuff going on. Your computer could be gone. You don't feel like doing nothing. Some days in college where you wake up and no one's forcing you to go to class or your parents aren't forcing you to do that, you'd be like, I don't feel like doing anything today. So I would say, especially with the amount of free time you have, just try to get your work done early so you don't have to worry about it the day of if you wake up not wanting to do shit or not wanting to do your work, go to class, yada yada. Rate my professor.
Yeah.
Please go on that.
Go on there and see. The biggest thing I say to look for is make sure. The biggest thing I say is see if the professor counts attendance. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot. None of my professors care about attendance. So if I want to miss a class, I wouldn't be penalized for it. But other people, they have to get a certain amount of hours they have to be in the class to pass the class. So if you miss too many class periods, you can fail the class even if you had a passing grade. So I would most definitely see where attendance is not mandatory, or try to find a professor where if you did miss the class, they upload the lecture or something like that. Because missing one class period in college, they move really, really fast. One day you learn one thing, the next day you learn the next, and if you missed one day and you come back, you'll be clueless, and it's gonna make you not want to go to class because you're like, I'm so lost. So I say go to class, go and work with my professor as early as you possibly can. Try to fill out your dorm information as early as you can, so you're not stuck with a roommate you don't want, not stuck in a dorm you don't want to be in. There's a lot of stuff. So try to figure out the minute you have solidified where you want to go. Most definitely try to get all that done. FAFSA. Oh, high school students. Let me tell you this. When that FAFSA opens,
I'm glad I did this video with you because you're talking more than me. Go on though.
I would say do this FAFSA most definitely because that's your money. That's your money. The later you do your FAFSA, the less money you get.
I did my FAFSA really late, and with the school that I went to, my high school, it was like they promised you the first 2 years of your high school for free if you graduate from a Dallas school. I said high school. First 2 years of your college for free if you graduate from a little Dallas school. But it was you had to do your FAFSA at a certain time, and I did my FAFSA late, so I couldn't get my first 2 years of college for free. So yeah, do your FAFSA on time if you have that type of, what would you call that, deal?
Incentive.
If you have that opportunity.
And tell them to apply
Hold on.
for scholarships. Apply for scholarships.
Yes. If for us, our school have a person math scholar. We have that where we can go and it shows you all the scholarships that you qualify for. If the school that you accept, if y'all school have that, I will go in there because I got accepted for 3, but they had to take one from me since I was in a full-time student.
But yeah, most definitely I say a lot of people, when it comes to scholarships for your particular school, I know a lot of people don't like applying to scholarships because they're like, I'm not going to be able to get it. Ain't no way I'm gonna get it. I'm going against all these people. When it comes to college, they're looking to hand out money. I don't know how many people I've heard got scholarships. And speaking for myself, got a scholarship from application that I did not think that I would get it, and literally in a week they were like, "Oh, you got to accept it. Here's the money." When I'm not, and I'm talking about like 5,000, 2,500, 2,000, and in college it helps pay for your schooling. Plus, if you already got most of your schooling paid for with your FAFSA or scholarships, outside scholarships, it goes to you. I got a $5,000 scholarship that they split up over the 2 semesters, and all my schooling was already paid for. So guess what? They got sent right to my bank account, and it was just money that I can spend doing nothing because I took out 5 minutes out of my day to go do a scholarship application. So most definitely.
I didn't really do no scholarship applications. Personally, I just called up there and they was like, you qualify for this.
Throughout the school year.
Yes.
It don't just have to be.
What'd she say?
She said to do scholarship applications throughout the school year. Scholarships don't end the first day of school. They're handing out money throughout the entire time. So I would stay.
And a lot of people don't know that.
I would say stay booked up, looking to see if there's a new scholarship, because a lot of people don't know that, and like I said, they're looking to hand out money. And let me tell you this also, there's a lot of scholarships that people think that they're only handing out to one person. There's multiple scholarships that hundreds to 200s, 300s of people at my campus done got to where scholarships, and when it comes to your school, scholarships aren't handed out just to one person.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people also don't know that, like, what do you do in high school? College board got this little thing. Like, you can start off as, like, you can start doing it your junior year. They give out scholarships too, like $5,000 scholarships. College board give out a lot of scholarships. I did not know they give out scholarships until I checked my Gmail. When I finally chose what college I was going to, I checked my Gmail and they was offering me, like, scholarships. So I know y'all know what college board is. So if y'all, like, go and look up, like, it does depend on your ACT and your SAT scores and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you got high scores or whatever, you're eligible for a scholarship. I'll say apply for anything that you can get, because you do not want to be in debt. I swear you don't.
The biggest thing I can say is apply for as many scholarships, because people think the criteria and think that they're not going to get it. But in reality, when you start applying and you start getting accepted for these scholarships, you're like, dang, like, I actually got accepted. They actually giving me this money. And at the end of the day, it takes, 5 to 10 minutes to apply for a scholarship. And that could be $2,000 to $3,000 just in your pocket. If you want to stay out of debt and make sure you have money to last you throughout college, because college is expensive. And I don't mean college is expensive even in tuition-wise. I mean just living your everyday life. Depending on
groceries, eating out every day, like that stuff adds up.
Exactly. And depending on how your parents is and how much, if your parents sending money or not. Speaking for me, I was on a partial track scholarship, partial academic, so that paid for my tuition. But at the same time, you have to think about living fees. Like you have to, for 4 months, you have to provide food for yourself. Coming from
people who stay in the dorm, like people who stay on campus, you gotta pay for groceries. You gotta pay for, like, if you're into like room decorations, you gotta pay for the room decorations. Like, even if like you don't eat, you cook when you pay for groceries. So even if you don't feel like cooking, you gotta pay for eating out to eat, like almost every day. Like that stuff starts to add up, and it really get expensive. I don't know how many times I can call my mom or my dad for some money, cause
especially transportation. If
ooh,
you do not have your own car, transportation can get tedious. Going to job interviews, going to the grocery store, going anywhere where you drop in $12 on Uber there, $12 back, and you just went to the grocery store and spent $50, $60. It start adding up. So I would say, if you don't have a car, not to be a gold digger or use anyone, but if you have a friend that has a car, I have a car. in a sense to where I have people that ask me to take them, like my friends asked me to take him to the barbershop yesterday. I took him to the barbershop. He said that if an Uber took him, it would have been $14. So he was like, hey, I'm going to give you $5 for gas. I mean, it's small things like that to where, like for me, I really don't care because I can pay for my own gas. I'm just a good friend and I want to take you where you need to. I don't want you to have to pay. But I mean, it's small things like that. Like, hey, can you take me here? Instead of paying them
$14 to get there, and then you're going to have to get back.
Exactly.
And you just pay for your haircut. Like, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be this hard.
Yes.
Living. Oof,
especially coming from when you at the house, spending can be a big problem because at my house I never have to worry about paying for food because unless I specifically wanted
like
something.
fast food or something.
Yeah, but like my parents always make sure it was food, so the money that I had extra, I was always able to just spend it on whatever I wanted. Like I wanted some new shoes, some clothes. But when you get in college,
I haven't had my nails done since I've been in college.
Look at my nails.
Hold on, let me show them. Look.
When you get to college, you still want to do all of those things, but you don't have the money for it.
You don't.
Because I'm telling you, and the biggest thing I can say is, I would rather you. I learned this probably a month ago. I wish I knew from the beginning. You spend less money if you went and got groceries than going out to eat every day.
You do. I learned that a long time ago, but cooking, if I would have been cooking from the beginning, I would have saved so much money.
Because I can spend $30 a day on fast food, and if I went to I know for sure, I can go to the store and with $60 get enough food to last me a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I mean, it all depends on what you get, but $60 wouldn't last you 3 days.
I honestly feel like, again, it's like how early our like food places close on campus that makes us spend money too.
Because they're not open on the weekends.
They're not open on the weekends, and most of the places close like really early throughout the week. So it's like we have no choice but to, like, if we don't feel like cooking, which most of the time we don't because we just not getting out of class or like coming back from like a party or something, like whatever we're doing, we just don't feel like cooking, so we have to like go get some fast food instead of just spending the money that we like spent on our meal swipes or whatever. Instead of doing that, we have to actually go off campus and pay with our actual money. So I feel like that's a big effect on like how much we spend too.
Another big tip I would say, I know a lot of people say this about college students, but noodles is your best friend.
Like three cups of noodle a day.
I know everybody like, they make a joke about it. No, noodles is your best friend because it's cheap, really, really cheap. And if you know how to make them, put a little dazzle.
Hot sauce, that's it.
Really, really good. No.
That's all you need is hot sauce.
Put
Like,
some
what is you talking about?
Tony's. Put some Tony's in there.
I feel like
a little bit of lemon pepper. Ooh.
Microwave meals, because I be tearing my microwave meals up. Like,
yes.
Gobble, gobble. Like, I love my microwave meals. And what else? Pop-Tarts.
I mean, little grab and go stuff. Yeah. Especially if you're on the go. Make sure you have snacks. Snack play a big role because there's times where I'm like, I don't feel like making it. Even if it's noodles, just opening the thing, putting water in there and waiting 5 minutes for it to cook. I don't be feeling like doing that, but if I can roll over, grab a bag of chips, grab some cookies, that'll hold me over to whenever next time I feel like I need to go get some need.
Another thing I recommend, y'all, I do not have a microwave in my room. So
have a microwave.
Yes. Please get a microwave. Please get a refrigerator.
Because
get your own things, because I don't recommend sharing with like your roommate. I don't recommend sharing anything. My roommate don't have a microwave or refrigerator or anything. Like we have like we have a community area that has a microwave, stove, refrigerator. Yeah.
But let me tell you something.
You can store your stuff in there, but it's just like
you can store your stuff in the refrigerator, but you can't trust it's gonna be there when you get back. They don't clean out the microwave. People make noodles, leave the juice in there. It's nasty. People making ham and cheese casserole in the microwave.
Fish.
Not a microwave stinking. You putting your food in there, and if it's not closed up, then obviously you're just not gonna want to do that.
Like smelling the microwave and then trying to put my food in there, like, and it stinks.
It's very unsanitary.
No, but I do recommend getting all those things because most of the time I do not be feeling like I be getting lazy. When I get hungry, I don't feel like walking all the way to the kitchen. And my room like far away from the kitchen.
Especially late night. Like once you hit that thing where you in your bed, you're not gonna want to get up,
hungry,
get something,
growling.
go to the community kitchen, cook it, and then go all the way back when you can just roll out of bed real quick. Or lift up out of bed, put it in the microwave, lift back, and get it. So I would most definitely say do that.
Yes. Don't be like me. I was trying to save money and I was like, well, I'm just going to buy a refrigerator and like just walk to the kitchen for my microwave. No. I completely regret that because I get tired. I'm for sure getting one second semester, but I get tired of walking all the way to the kitchen just to eat. And sometimes I go back to my room and have to come right back out. Or sometimes I just sit in the kitchen until I'm done eating. But I be liking to lay down and eat. So
one of the biggest things, I guess for me, don't bring everything to college with you. Do not bring everything to college with you. Depending on where you stay, I understand like some people like out of state that they can't go back home. But for me, I feel like I brought too much stuff. I don't even wear half the clothes in my closet. They just kind of sit there. I don't wear half the shoes that I brought here either. And I thought because I was in college and I was going to be doing more, that I was going to wear more stuff. I mean, speaking from a person, I have a whole bunch of shoes and a whole bunch of clothes. That's all I spent my money on back in high school because that's all I had to spend my money on. But I don't wear half the stuff in there, and it's clutter. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just gives you more stuff to make sure that you have hung up or whatnot. So you just have more room. If you stay in a dorm, dorms aren't that big. They aren't. So when it comes to... spacious? I mean, ours is pretty spacious, but we have a bigger dorm than compared to other people. Like, you look at other people's dorms, their dorms be small as hell. Or they be having, like, UNT, they have 3 people in a dorm our size.
I was about to say, our dorms are bigger than the other schools. I will say that.
Yeah, we
and
have
ours
some
look
really nice
nicer.
dorms.
They be like they look like they be in jail cells.
No, seriously.
It do look like a jail cell. And they ain't got no AC either.
No AC. If you want to go to PV, they water and lights be getting cut off.
Don't be dissing school.
I'm doing it like our water wasn't cut off that day.
No, for real, it was cut off for what? 3 days?
3 days? Mine wasn't cut off for 3 days.
It was cut off for 3 days.
No, mine was off for like a couple hours. It was off before I went to practice. When I got back from practice, mine was back on.
We had to go to the gym to take showers.
That's her side of the door. My dorm was like that. My water was working.
Bro, I remember I had to use the restroom so bad. I'm sitting here running to the gym like this. I was so embarrassed. Like, oh. Or what else happened? Well, I mean, some halls got roaches. I ain't gonna speak on them halls though. But yeah. Oh, and stay away from the drugs, kids. Stay away from the drugs. Because when you get to I'm being serious, when you get to college, there's gonna be a lot of people like offering you to do stuff. I mean, here, those girls that overdose on some drugs somebody sold her that she know about. I mean, stay away. I feel like if you haven't been doing it, I understand people think college is a time to experiment, but make sure you're being smart when you're experimenting. If you're going out trying to get drunk, make sure you have somebody with you that designated driver, someone you trust,
or just somebody you trust. I mean, college can be a very scary place, only because if you don't have anybody you trust, who are you gonna call? I mean, your parents, hours away, they ain't gonna be able to make it to you in time. So I'm like, make sure. I'm not too big on big friend groups, so make sure you have those 1 or 2 or 2 or 3 people that you actually can genuinely trust.
Yes,
because it'll make college a lot better.
I swear, when I go to parties, anybody that knew me before college, they would know that I was like drinking a lot. But when I got to college, I really had to like learn my lesson because it was like being out in that environment drunk, it wasn't cute at all. And then like having to be around people that you like really barely know and don't trust. And it's like, I ain't gonna speak on it, but something like going to a party, something happened, and it just really made me lose my trust in some of my friends. And like, I don't know.
Man, let me tell you this too. If you don't have some friends that are willing to take care of you if you get really, really drunk, people are not going to be around you. I mean, speaking from instance, I'm not gonna say any names.
Listening to what somebody said, I'm not gonna say their name, but I'm gonna say what they said. Ain't nobody finna baby you. Ain't nobody finna.
That is dead ass. I mean, speaking from experience, somebody I know get really blackout drunk, and then it's like you have to play the parent role in a sense, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do
that, but if you're willing to, I feel like that's like really good.
And that's another thing I say. When you go out and drink or get high, be respectable. Make sure you know what your limit is, because you don't have a parent or somebody that you can go and they go watch over you. I mean, because at the end of the day, if you get blackout drunk and I'm your friend and I have to leave a party to watch over you, I have no problem with that. But best believe the next day you're gonna hear about it, because as much as you will for me, because as much as I care about you to make sure you're good, I will do that. But you need to figure out what your limit is. I'm not about to continue to leave a party or doing that because you don't know what your limit is.
I feel bad for the boy. Like, imagine, like, somebody go to the party. Like, y'all know how y'all got to pay for parties? Imagine going to a party and then, like, 5 minutes in, they, like, blacked out.
And then you have to take
leave.
them back.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
That's why I said you will most definitely hear
I'd be so mad because they really be charging them boys. Like,
yes, bro. Let me say, if you a dude, when it come to party, just know they charge you to get in. And it's not going to be cheap. You coming out $20 at a party.
I mean, sometimes you get lucky.
Sometimes you find a $5,
$5 parties be the ones where you be like pushed up on each other like Deanna sausage.
Yeah, $5 parties don't be too fun.
In a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Like, that is not fun. Hair done already sweated out. I don't even feel like being here no more. Like, what? They sure do be letting them girls in, though.
Yep, take a shot and get in. What?
I don't be taking shots. I'm a recovering alcoholic.
I'm not.
We know. Okay, y'all, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed our tips on the college life.
Oh, one more tip. If you're a girl looking for a good guy, find somebody on the track team.
Please.
Track
guys.
Guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
A track guy is a good guy.
No, they're not.
They're not. Did you not? Let me not say that on video.
Did you not what?
But yes, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Bye.